Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Carlo G. Valdez, your future educator. So if you are new to this channel, please subscribe and click the notification bell for you to be updated to all my videos. So in this video, I will teach you how to find the angle in a right triangle. So let's get started.
Right triangle. Finding an angle in right triangle. Right triangle is triangle in which one angle is a right angle. Right angle is an angle of exact 90 degrees corresponding to a quarter turn. So this is the example of right triangle. It has a 90 degrees angle. So before we go to the example, we need to know first the three sides of the triangle. This is important in finding angles. So these are the three sides in the triangle: adjacent, opposite, and hypotenuse. Adjacent is a side that is adjacent to angle. Opposite is a side that is opposite to angle. Hypotenuse is the longest side of the triangle. So let's go to the figure at the right side and label each side. The side that is adjacent of angle X is line BC. So label line BC as adjacent. While the side that is opposite to angle X is line AB. Let's label line AB as opposite. Then the longest side of the triangle is line AC. It is our hypotenuse. So these are the 4 steps we need to follow. Step 1. Find which 2 sides we know out of opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse. Step 2. Use SOHCAHTOA to decide which one of the sine, cosine, or tangent to use in the question. Step 3. For sine, calculate opposite, hypotenuse. For cosine, calculate adjacent over hypotenuse. For tangent, calculate opposite over adjacent. Sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent is equal to opposite over adjacent. Step 4. Find the angle from calculator using one of inverse sine, inverse cosine, or inverse tangent. Why we need to use inverse sine, inverse cosine, and inverse tangent? Because inverse function will give us the measurement of the angle. So this is the first example. The question is, what is the measurement of angle X? So the first thing to do is to find the name of the 2 sides that have a given length. Since 2.5 is opposite to angle X, so we should label this as opposite side. Since 5 is longest side, so it is our hypotenuse. In our example, we know the length of the side opposite and angle X, which is 2.5. The longest side called the hypotenuse, which is 5. Now use the first letter to the side opposite and hypotenuse and the phrase SOHCAHTOA to find which one of the sine, cosine, or tangent to use. SOH is sine opposite hypotenuse. CAH is cosine adjacent hypotenuse. The OA is tangent opposite adjacent. In our example, the given side is opposite and hypotenuse. That gives us SOH in the SOHCAHTOA, which tells us we need to use the sine function. Using the formula of sine, put our value into sine equation. So the value of our opposite is 2.5 and our hypotenuse is 5. Then let's solve. 2.5 divided by 5 is equal to 0.5. Then let's need to rearrange that into inverse function. But what is the meaning of the inverse sine? Well, the sine function sine takes an angle and gives us the ratio opposite over hypotenuse. But inverse sine goes to other way. It takes the ratio opposite over hypotenuse and give us an angle. And then get our calculator, key inverse sine, then 0.5, then click the equal button. And the result is 30 degrees. X is equal to 30 degrees. Therefore, the measurement of the angle X is 30 degrees. So this is our sample 2. The first thing to do is to understand the problems. A bird stands at the top of the pine tree, which is 23 meters tall. A man standing at the ground level, 9 meters across the pine tree, aiming to shoot the bird. At what angle should a man shoot his gun? So for us to easily find what function to be used, we need to draw or to make a figure that will represent the problem. So this is our figure that will represent our problem. For us to know what ratios to be used, so we need to label. So the opposite of theta is the height of the pine tree, which is 23 meters. So this is our opposite. Then the adjacent of the theta is the distance of man from the pine tree, which is the 9 meters. So let's label this as adjacent. So for us to know what ratios to be used, let's use the SOHCAHTOA. Since the problem gave us opposite and adjacent, so we need to use the tangent ratio, which is tangent of theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. So based on the figure, our opposite is 23 and our adjacent is 9. So tangent of theta is equal to 23 over 9. Then let's rearrange our equation using inverse tangent. We need to use inverse tangent because this will give us the angle of our theta. Then let's solve the equation using our scientific calculator. Tap inverse tangent, then 23 divided by 9, then click the equal button. Since the result in our calculator is 68.6293777,307, we need to write our answer into nearest hundreds. So the measurement of our theta is 68.63 degrees. So let's write. Yes. Therefore, a man should shoot his gun at the angle of 68.63 degrees. So 68.63 degrees is the answer in our example 2.